Hello. Hello, everybody. Lovely to see you. Hello, Magnet for Love. I'm fine. Thank you, sweetie. You may indeed receive a card. You may indeed. I hope everybody's all right. Shout. Let me know you're here in the chat, and we shall crack on. Hello, Cherry. Lovely to see you. Are you new here, Cherry? I'm not sure I've seen your name before. If you're new, please do like and subscribe. We have a reading tariff in that I ask you to subscribe to the channel. Do a little like and a comment. All helps. Hello, Cassia. Love to see you, darling. How are you? Great stuff. Have you? Oh, Cassia, how lovely. Have you started reading it yet? Always a bit nervous. You are reading it. Great stuff. Thank you very much. I'm very glad you're reading it. Good luck. It's, yeah. Thank you, Karen A. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. It's very good to see you. Finished the book yesterday and trying to put together a review. Oh, thank you, Karen A. It's a bit nerve-wracking, the whole review thing. Honestly. Cassia, I would like a hardcover as well. I would like a hardcover. Sadly, the publisher hasn't offered that option, which is a shame, isn't it? But yeah, I'm not famous enough, darling. I've got to be more famous before they offer us a hard copy. But I like hard copies as well. They're much nicer, aren't they? Much nicer. Thank you, Cassia. I would appreciate that. Good. All right. Let's crack on then. Right. You can. Magnet for Love. You can. Okay. Right, here we are. So this is for Magnet for Love. General card, general guidance. We're going to take a card from your guides, Magnets. This is a message for you from your guides. Ooh, King of Pentacles. Well, that's really nice. I like it when we start off in positive fashion. So King of Pentacles is always about being in charge. So what they're telling you to do is to make sure you're showing up as the CEO of your life. So this is you being in charge of all your resources, your money, your work, your everything in your life. Look, he's standing in a built environment here, and here's the king of his world, isn't he? So the advice to you is that you need to make sure you stay practical, but also that you make sure you're in charge of everybody else as well, because this is not just you. It's making sure that you organize all of the elements in your life and the people in your life to all be on the same page. So you've got to be in charge of the company and make sure everybody's doing their jobs and make sure everybody sticks to the plan and make sure everybody's doing what needs to be done, because it's all about making the life you want to live, because that's what the King of Pentacles is all about. because he wants some luxury and he wants abundance and he wants to enjoy his life in the way that he wants to have it. So that's really good. So this is telling you to step into that role regarding, I think it's not just you, I think it's the people around you. So showing up as the boss and taking control in a good way, not in a kind of heavy-handed way, but in a good way. Good. Hope that's all right. That's quite positive, actually. It is definitely a positive card. Okay, lovely. Let me see. Who else do we have? All right, Cherry. Let's draw a card for you next. Black tea. Lovely. Will I have new love in 2026? All right. So here's the thing, Cherry. One of the things that I normally do on this channel is that we reword yes/no questions, because if you ask a yes/no question and you get a no, it's not much good to you, is it? And it's like a single tear. And that sets you off in the new year with a bit of a downer, really, doesn't it? So what we're going to do is we're going to tell you, we're going to say, Cherry wants new love in 2026. What does she need to know about getting it? That's what you need to be. Proactive and empowering. Yes. What does Cherry need to know about finding new love in 2026? Okay, let's have a look. All right. So I think this is going to be looking at what's happening with your friends, Cherry. Okay, because whatever they're telling you, you've got to really make sure that it's like you know, really, you do know. So I think you in 2026 you're going to have influence on you from, might be friends, it's contemporary females, right, who are standing around you. You can see we've got the sisterhood here, right? So make sure that whatever they are advising you, whatever role they're playing in your life, that you feel at your very core that it's empowering and positive, and it feels properly right to you, right? Because I think some of what they may be telling you or advising you to do maybe isn't exactly, affirming, let's put it like that, right? So you've got to really, really tune into what you want and know that you can get what you want as long as you stay clear on a really positive trajectory, because this, sweetie, is going to be in your way. All right. So make sure that your friends are seeing things really positively and in a really empowered way next year, and that they are encouraging you as such, right? Because otherwise, that's where you might hit that no. And that doesn't have to happen, right? So it's really important that you draw on your own wisdom in this, and you don't listen to other people who may have a less than positive view of relationships and what's possible, right? Hope that's okay. It's quite interesting. Good stuff. Okay. Lovely. Great stuff. Oh, Cassia, you know what? So here's the thing about the book. with the color thing. I would also love the pictures to be in color. I would love it to be a hardback. Sadly, the publisher just won't shout for it because the production costs are a lot, and so they need to know that I am the sort of author who's going to sell the kind of numbers which is going to make a recoup for them. So that's why the pictures are in black and white. I'm afraid it is a publishing decision, not mine. Trust me, I would absolutely have them in color if I had a choice in the matter. But sadly, it can't happen because it's not my decision. It's a shame, isn't it? But never mind. So Cassia, that's that. I hope Cassie, you're up in Birmingham. I seem to. Am I remembering this right? Are you in Birmingham? I think you are. So I'm in Birmingham on Thursday at the Zen store. So Cassia, if you want to, if you're around, if you're near the Zen store in Birmingham on Thursday, do come and I shall sign your book for you. How about that? And I'll sign it in color, not black. There we go. All right. Oh, thank you, John. That's really kind of you. That's really lovely. I'm so glad. And I want to let everybody know that if you're around Twickenham area, this was only finalized today. If you're around the Twickenham area on the 14th of December, we are having a book launch and a little Christmas party in Twickenham on Sunday the 14th between 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Yes, so we'll come along and say hi. We'll have a glass of wine, we'll sign some books and some decks, and we'll all just have a bit of a Christmas party. Sounds really good. Hello, Relax Imperfect. Lovely to see you again. Oh, bless. I'm loving you for that, John. This book isn't a nice to have if you have tarot. It's a must have. Well, thank you, John. I shall use that as a quote on social. Thank you. All right, Cassia. Let's have a look. Okay, what's in store for Cassia for her next career move? Let's see what's in store for Cassia for her next career move. We've got the Empress, Cassia, which is lovely. It's very nurturing and it's very creative. And I think you're going to be making choices which reflect that energy. So this is it's just a really lovely creative energy, isn't it? The brain won't work. The Empress. And you know what's so nice about the Empress is it's not just creative in the creative arts kind of thing. It's creative in the larger sense, in that what it tells you is that you can create whatever you want. So it's bringing forth that stage of your career that is going to be the one that you want to bring to life, right? Because we have the Empress and she is all about fertility. So this is about bringing to life the career that you actually want to bring to life. And it looks to me, because it's the Empress, like there was creativity in that. And that's really lovely. So it's very encouraging for you. Okay. Very encouraging. And I think it's the beginning of a new chapter, Cassia, right? I think it's a new chapter. So it's not a continuation. It's going to be the sort of the next step up, which is going to take you to the next version, right? So that's That's really good. I think that's very positive indeed. So, so Tim, do you have a creative bent to what you do? Can you apply that? It's very caring. It's very soft and enjoyable. So whatever this is, it looks like it's going to be perfect for you. So we're liking that a lot. Good job. All right. Avicii, can I pull out a card for you? I can. Can indeed. Avicii, I think you're new here. Lovely to see you. Don't forget the subscribe tariff. We have a subscribe tariff and a like tariff. So please like and subscribe. That would really help. Okay, let's pull out a card from you and let's ask. Let's take a message from your guides and let's see what they want to say to you, Avicii. So here we have the moon. And the moon looks like a scary card. Let me show you there. There you go. You can see we have a scary black dog and we have graves and we have these asylum gates and all of that looks a bit scary, but that's the point. What they're saying to you is you've got to know the difference between reality and fear. And this card is asking you to go through your fear. The black dog there, look, you've got to go through him. You're gonna have to know that actually he's more scared of you than you are of him. So you've got to go through your fear and you've got to walk out the other side. Okay, really, really important, because it's fear that's holding you back. And fear sounds incredibly reasonable. And if you leave it sitting in the background, Avicii, it literally takes control of everything. So your job is to take the fear out of the background, bring it up front center stage and call it out properly. Go, right, let's see you. Let's have a look at you. What's the truth? What is the truth? And what am I going to do about that truth? Really, really, really important, because this is in your way big time. Okay? Fear is not true. It's just fear. And it also has, because we have the moon card, it also has the potential of making your mood low. So we have potential with depression with that card as well. And again, it's just because you can't see clearly. So make sure you don't let that fear run things for you, because it isn't true. Whatever it is, it's just your stuff blocking the way for you. All right. Hope that resonates, and I hope it's useful. Good stuff. Hello, Danny. Lovely to see you. All right. All right. What lesson am I meant to be learning right now? Oh, okay. Let's do that. Oh, Cassia, you're in Dublin. Right. Somebody was in Birmingham. Who was in Birmingham? I have no memory for places at all. Right. This is for Danny. What lesson is Danny supposed to be learning right now? Let's have a look. Oh, that's a good one. I like this one a lot. So this is, let me just hold it closer for you. This is the fighter pilot, right? This is the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is very much on a mission. So what is the lesson of the Knight of Swords, Danny? Just do it. Just do it. In a way, you could marry this card up as an instruction manual to the card we've just had, which is the Moon, because what this card is just powering through, and it's not taking any notice of any emotional objection at all, because it has no patience with it. And also, it's not his job. It's not his job to be emotional. It's his job to do what needs to be done in alignment with whatever it is, your goal or your thing that you want to do. You just do it, because if you let emotion of any sort, whether it be I just want to be happy, or whether it be, oh, I can't because I'm scared or I don't know what will happen, or whether it will be, well, I'm a bit confused, it doesn't matter. Whatever is emotional in the mix, you need to just park it over there, not allowed to come in the plane. So it's a fighter pilot because it's swords and it's off the air. It's on a mission in the air, so it had to be a fighter pilot. And the point is, what do we know about the fighter pilot is the fighter pilot is given his mission. It is clearly defined. You have to clearly define your mission. What job do you need to get done and why? What's your why? You've got to know why. So there's your mission. There's your why. Now what you do is you have your papers. Now your job is to get in your plane and fly, because if you second guess it, then you're not going to be doing your mission properly. Because this guy, if he's a real life fighter pilot and he was, right, you've got your mission, here's your papers, and then he goes, I don't know if I really feel like it today. It's not going to make me happy to do that. So his job is not to have an opinion, basically, right? Your job is not to have an opinion. Your job is to do the mission. What's your mission? What's your objective? Why are you doing it? Now, that's your lesson. Your lesson is just doing it, Danny. That's easier said than done, to be fair. But nevertheless, it is quite simple. So that's really important. If you do that, that's going to move you on to the next level. So very good. Very good. We like that. All right. Oh, Cassia, I wish I was coming to Dublin. I would love to come to Dublin. I've never been to Dublin, and it is on my list to go to Dublin at the moment. I can't manage it right now, but I hope to. Hello, Claire. Lovely to see you. Okay. Aris, lovely. Aris, have we seen you before? I don't think so. I think you might be new. Please do like and subscribe in return for your reading. And leave us a little comment. Okay. Like 4. Oh, you did like. Well, thank you. I didn't see that first. I've actually only got used to this YouTube language of I am like number 4. And I hadn't realized that's what it meant until I did. So thank you, Aris, for that like. Okay, does Otis have feelings for me? Right, let's ask, how does Otis see his feelings for you, Aris? Okay, how does Otis see his feelings for you? Let's have a look. Well, I mean, this is a very defensive energy, Aris. And I think what he's doing is he's feeling like he's a bit, we have phrases with this card, on the back foot, defending his position. So it's like he's got a lot to contend with. Now, that could be that it is a lot in his life, but it could also be, and I think this is more likely, that actually he just feels that he's just firefighting, and there's something about him. How can I put this? It's almost like he just feels that it's a bit like a yes but, in a way. It's like he's standing there and sort of fighting the odds. Look, bottom line, right? This is not a particularly romantic energy. It's a bit short term as well. So even if this was him fighting the odds to get your attention, which it doesn't quite feel like that to me, but even if it was, I would hesitate to trust it, because it's not born of heart, right? It's born of energy. So it's born of him pitting himself against the world, and him, feeling like he has to battle, and I've got all this stuff to deal with, and I'm oh God. And there isn't any space in there, sweetie, for sensitivity or romance or somebody else, to be honest. He's so busy defending his position that he doesn't have space, I think, for you. And maybe what he's doing is he's defending his position as to why he can't. That it does sort of feel like that. So look, I am not entirely sure that you should rely on Otis romantically as a way forward. Okay? So that feels to me, it's just, he's very, I don't know, it's just very intense, his energy. Hold on. Yeah. I was just taking another card, and it was saying, so what, I just wanted an underlying card as well for that, and what we got was for you. If I shuffled it back in for you, we had this one. Because the trouble is, what you're asking is, does Otis have feelings for me? So you're giving Otis the power, right? Here's the thing. For you, the advice card is you need to know what kind of relationship you actually want, and kind of go for that, right? Because I don't think Otis is going to give you the romantic future that you actually want, all right? Which I know is not what you want to hear, but it's okay, because it's better to go and find someone that is actually going to make you happy, all right? Hope that helps a bit. Hello, Twin Soul. Lovely to see you. What can help me in making the right decisions and actions regarding my career? Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Well, there you go. That's what we like to see. Emotional authenticity, Twin Soul. what will help you making the right decisions and actions regarding your career. Make it real from the heart. Do what you feel. Just shoot from the heart. Don't overthink it. How does it feel? And how does it feel really? So is this going to make me happy properly? And do I feel in alignment with this choice properly? So this is about going back to what you actually want, how you feel properly about it. So this is not a call for practicality, and this is not a call for you to just do something because that will get me there eventually. This is a call for you to tune in to what's properly right for you, and to really feel that, right? Does this feel right for me? And it's not intuitive so much as feeling in the love way. Do I love it? Is it taking me on that path so that I can fall in love with it and have a relationship with it? That's going to be the approach which is going to take you in the right direction regarding your career. That's really good. We really like that. It's asking you, and I talk about this a lot with cups, it's asking you to tune into what's fueling you. And when I teach tarot and we look at the suits, fuel with regards to the suit of cups is really important. So this is right at the core of it. What's fueling you in your career? What do you really want? What what's under the water here that is your why? Your why is really important. All right, Twin Soul, that's a really nice card, and I think it's very, very distinct in what it wants you to do. Good. Excellent. Very nice. Hope that helps. Hello, Stephanie. You can absolutely have a card. Lovely to see you. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Stephanie, so we're going to take a card from your spirit team, and let's ask them what they want to say. So what they want to say is go to bed. You need to rest, darling, is what they're saying. You need to rest, especially your mind, because we are in the suit of swords. So I wonder if you have been maybe overthinking stuff or turning stuff around in your head and just trying to solve your problems by thought. So what this card is all about, it's the hospital card, right? So it's a recovery card, and it's talking about rest and recuperation by not thinking. It's a meditative card, actually, but it's not talking about meditation from the perspective of spiritual meditation. It's talking about meditation from the point of withdrawing and stopping your interaction with whatever it is you're interacting with. Because the hospital girl, when you're in hospital, you step back, don't you? When you lay in your hospital bed, people may come, they may bring you grapes, maybe they may come and sit by your bed and say, how are you? And you can just sit there and just allow the process to happen. You need to rest, is what that says. You need to rest. So perhaps you just need more sleep. It's very simple. I'm making it overcomplicated, Stephanie, but really, this is the crux of it. You need to step back and you need some peace. Okay? That's the message from your guide. It's coming from up there. It's coming from the top floor. You have the memo. Make sure you action it by not actioning anything. Hope that's okay. Good stuff. Claire. How can my trip tomorrow ensure to keep us on the highest organic timeline for all involved? Ooh, okay. How can my trip tomorrow ensure to keep us on the highest organic timeline for all? Okay, all right. I can't pretend that I understand entirely what that really means to you, Claire. But so what I'm going to ask is, what is the answer to Claire's question? Regarding the intention that Claire has stated. Let's have a look. Okay. Let's see. Okay, well, in that case, Claire, that says you have to be the one who, it's almost like you're encouraging everybody to, to do their thing, to take their part, and you've got to do this. This is always about balancing, isn't it? So you can't do it for everyone, but you've got to give just enough to make sure everybody stays in the game and does whatever they've got to do. So if somebody needs a bit of help, then you give a bit of help. If somebody needs a bit of encouragement, you give a bit of encouragement. You're not going to take it all on. You're not. You're just gonna give enough so that everybody involved can do what they need to do. All right, very important. And you need to keep everybody abreast of the situation. Keep them all knowing exactly what the rules of the game are. I think it is important that you stay in charge softly. It's not about becoming massive team leader and barking orders at everyone. It's not about that, but it is about becoming team leader. This boy and this dog, right? He is getting the dog to do what he wants him to do with the incentive of whatever the point of the thing is, right? So give enough to get things moving in the way you want them to. Give enough. Don't overdo it. Other people in this or whatever is going on, they have to play their part, right? So again, I don't know what the criteria of the trip is, but your role is a subtle one in that you don't want to overdo it, but you do need to, again, incentivize everybody and give what help needs to be given as and when it's needed, but you don't shoulder it. Okay, that's important. Don't shoulder it. Okay, does that make sense? I hope it does. Let me know. I hope that makes sense. It sounds like it makes some sense, but we'll have to see. Okay. Great. All right. Relax imperfect. May I ask something, Miss Janice? You may. I wonder what the cards would advise me when it comes to finding an occupation of some sort next year. All right. Well, let's have a look. Let's take some guidance for you. Right. What is the most positive way forward with regards to you finding an occupation of some sort? Of the sort that will serve you best, not just of some sort, of the sort that will serve you best, right? Okay. Well, it's not rocket science here, relax, imperfect. This is basically telling you have to explore the territory. I think you have to expand your vision here. This tells you this is one's energy. So we're in passion, we're in energy, we have to have some confidence, really important confidence. And with that, you've got to really go and look at what's out there, right? But it has to be done in the right energy, because if you look at what's out there in a sort of like, oh, there's nothing there, I'll never find anything. If you do that, you're sunk. So what you've got to do is you've got to explore, and you've got to be interested, and you've got to be excited, and you've got to feel a bit of a buzz from this, because it's one's energy. So there has to be a sense of, a little bit of frisson in this. And I think it's also going to be important that it's something that slightly challenges you as well. You see, you've got your wording was to find an occupation of some sort. Well, because we're in one's energy, that is what are you passionate about? What do you want to do? What would be exciting? Not just of some sort. What would sort of juice you up a bit? What would challenge you? What would give you a test that you would really like to take on? That's really important. Okay. So hope that's good. Lovely. We like that. Perfect. I just noticed actually that my curtains over there, which we only put up the other day, match the life code banner. Weirdly. Not intentionally, but, obviously I'm just drawn to the same colours time and time again. How interesting. It's obviously one's curtains we've got there. Perfect, Cassia. Yes, well, it's also, don't forget, you can create there as well. But I think it's about you making sure that whatever you do create is really positive for you and really nurturing for you. Okay, so it is good. It is the best card ever. Make sure you stay in that energy, right? So it's it's there's no hard edges to that card at all. It's really wanting you to have your own best interest at heart and say, well, what can I bring to life here that will nurture me and be really positive for me? Okay, very important, especially if it's in a corporate environment. That's very important. Okay, great. Avishi, lovely. Thank you for subscribing and liking. Thank you. Good. Yes, John, when is your birthday? Have you had it already? What do we need to know? Have you had your birthday already? Hello, Egyptian Eyes. Lovely to see you, and welcome from Salt Lake City, Utah. How awesome. Utah is one of those places I've always wanted to go because of that's the place in the States that has the amazing rock formations, isn't it? Is that right? Is that Utah? I seem to remember it is. Looks absolutely amazing. Okay. Lovely. So which doors are closing and which ones are opening for me now? Well, let's have a look. I'm going to, because we only have one card, so we're going to ask let's see how we can word it. See if we can get them both sneakily in with one question. Okay. Well, this is all about your next step energetically, isn't it? So let's see what. So you want to know really what new ones are opening, don't you? I think that's important. So let's ask that. So what do you need to know about new doors opening right now? And then with regard to that, what I think it's going to do, if it needs to say these doors must close first, it'll let us know. Okay. So what we're interested in the growth, and we're interested in the opening doors. But let's see what it says. So, okay. Okay. Right. So we have the Two of Pentacles. Okay. So what this is now, it's a little bit of a holding pattern. And it's telling you that now isn't actually the right time to sort of drill down on one particular path. Right. Now, this isn't a long-term energy at all. But it's so what we have is we have the juggler. And what this is talking about is it's talking about being in flow, and it's talking about being able to flow with whatever is in play at the moment. So it's possible that what you're in right now is a position where you're looking at, it's almost like an establishing position. Okay, so you're not looking at either closing or opening, but what you're looking at is you're looking at being in flow with the energy so that you are prepared and flexible enough to be able to move in the moment, right? Because that's right now is your job, to remain flexible. So we're in a state of flux here, Egyptian Eyes. It's maybe not particularly what you want it to be, because what you want is to move forward. But at the moment, it's talking about keeping elements in play so that when the next shift comes, you haven't actually closed any doors, right? Just stay flexible right now. Stay in that holding pattern. It's okay. There's nothing negative about this whatsoever, and it isn't going to be challenging for you. It's going to be perfectly easy for you to do it. Just stay with it. Stay with it. Flow with it. And then what you'll find is, I think that will naturally flow you in to a direction that is going to be the most positive one. But it's not a decision that you need to make at the moment. Neither should you. Okay, that's really important. So this is, there's exploration needed here, right? So don't close any doors right now, right? Just allow this period to play out, and that will flow you naturally into the next bit. Right? Good. I hope that makes sense. So let's see what you make of that. Great stuff. Okay. Hello, Peter. Lovely to see you. Chantal. Hello, Chantal. Yes, your deck is on its way, sweetie. It is due to be picked up from here tomorrow lunchtime about. Chantal is in the Netherlands. I know this because I have sent her deck today. So it's very lovely to see you, sweetie. So yes, you can. You can absolutely have a general card. So let us let's take a message from, I know, we'll have a message from your higher self, right? Let's have a message from your higher self. What does your higher self want to say to you, Chantal? Let's have a look. So we've got the Six of Cups here. And the Six of Cups is talking about remembering the past, right? But it's not talking about going back into the past. Well, you only go back into the past to learn from it, right? And I think that's what it's asking you to do. And what it doesn't want you to do is to go back in the past with rose-colored glasses and kind of dwell there, wishing. It's not what we're going to do. This card is a seesaw. And so what it does is it pivots you away from the past into the next stage, right? And the next stage maybe isn't exactly clear right now, but it will become clearer once you have wrung all of the information from the proper information from the past you can, and then shut the door on it. And that's what you got to do. And part of this, I think, is you knowing how you really felt and what really happened without any rose-colored glasses on. That's really important, okay? That's what your higher self wants you to do. Take a good, hard, long, clear look at how you felt in the past. And then once you've got that information, you don't dwell there, you shut the door on it, and then you move forward so you can make it better this end. Right? That's good. Very interesting. I wonder if that resonated with you. Do tell. I'd love to know. All right. Stephanie, I need to rest. Yes, I'm always overthinking. I know. Oh, John, your birthday is on Friday. Fabulous. Happy birthday. Happy birthday for Friday, John. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear John Clark. Happy birthday to you. Well, I'm sure you're wise enough already, darling. You probably just don't have any more room for any more wisdom. It's just so packed in there, right? All right. Peter. Janice, are my guides saying anything? Well, let's ask them. What does Peter's guides, what do you want to say to Peter? Let's see. Well, this is always a scary card to hold up, isn't it? The Ten of Swords. It's a very scary card to hold up, but it has an important message though, Peter. So what your guides are saying is that you need to know that, first off, right, the worst is over. So let's just go with the most positive perspective of the Ten of Swords. So the worst is over. And what you must not do, right, is build yourself into a story in whatever your scenario is right now, right? Don't build yourself a story that casts you as the sort of the wounded party, right? Really important. So it's really, really important here that you get very logical about things, and again, not emotional. We've had quite a lot of call tonight for people to have to put their emotions to one side, and that's the case here as well. So look, you can't control life or what life does really, other than the energy that you attract to you. And if you're going to attract energy to you, you're not going to attract the energy you want if you're seeing the worst case scenario or you're taking things too personally, because life is not personal and people are not personal. I know that sounds weird, but they're really not. So whatever they're referring to with this, they're asking you to know it's not personal. It just is. And what's most important is that you don't take it on, right? Very important for your next stage. So there are problems to solve, Peter, and those problems need to be addressed logically and objectively, actually, not emotionally, right? It needs new thinking ahead in order for you to make things the way you want to make them. So I hope that's okay. It's positive. Remember, it's not personal. And whatever if that feels like it's not true or you don't understand it, okay. But if it feels like it's not true, I think step back and make it not personal. What if not personal was true? How would that change the picture? So that's quite important, I think, for you in whatever scenario this is. Okay. But anyway, good news is the worst is indeed over. It's time to move forward from whatever scenario they are referring to. Good, good. Excellent. Thank you, John. John's instruction manual is going to be getting longer and longer the more we do this. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment, and buy a copy of the Life Code Tarot, A Fool, a Magician and the Secret of Life. Yes, I heartily concur. Thank you, John. Quite right too. Excellent. Good, Claire. I'm very glad. I'm very glad about that. I didn't know what I was talking about, but I'm glad that it makes sense, because I just tried to get out of the way as much as was possible. Okay, Stella. Hello, Stella. I think you might be new. Oh, Antoinette. Hello, Antoinette. I think you might be new. So please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. That is the reading tariff we have. There we go. Okay. So Antoinette wants to know what Derek's thoughts are about her. So what does she need to know about Derek's thoughts about her? Let's have a look. Okay, so Antoinette, you've typed a different version of your question. We can only ask one question each, otherwise it goes on too long, and some people don't get their question answered. So the question is, which one do you want me to answer? I will answer your first question, because that's obviously the first one that came to mind. All right. So let's ask, how does Derek see his thoughts and feelings for you at the moment? All right, let's ask that. Okay. Derek is carrying with him baggage from the past, and it's baggage that he finds it difficult to let go of. So there will be resentment. Now, look, I don't know whether this is about you or whether this is about what went before you, but certainly this is not a very positive energy. Now, look, it doesn't mean that you're to blame for this, Antoinette, but for sure, Derek is carrying some stuff with him, which is really, coloring the situation between you. So whatever it is that's gone wrong, Derek can't forget it. He's imbuing whatever future you may be thinking about, or whatever potential future there is. He's imbuing it with the past. So he's coloring everything with the energy of the past. And that is not easy. I think you need to manage your expectations as to what's possible, because it would be a real struggle to be happy with that amount of baggage in play. Because what will happen is every time there is an argument or a disagreement or any kind of conflict at all, it surfaces, you see. So I think you need to start thinking about, well, is this really what I want? Do I want to be in this energy? Okay. I think there is a message with this card which asks you to decide who you are in the mix here, and you need to decide what you stand for and what part you play in your mind. Keep that sacrosanct, because Derek's version is Derek's version, right? And you're not going to be able to change his mind on that. So you're just going to have to be really, really grounded in who you are, what your truth, and allow that to just be. And you don't try and sort of, don't be influenced or knocked off course by whatever Derek may or may not think. Okay. I hope that makes sense, Annette. I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope it helps a little bit as well. Yeah. You've just got to decide who you are in all this and what Derek's thinking. I don't think you can fix the way Derek's thinking, if I'm honest. Okay. That's a shame, huh? There we go. All right. Yes, Southern Utah Egyptian eyes. That's right. I remember that. Good stuff. Excellent. All good. We like that. Oh, thank you. That's really kind of you. Egyptian eyes. I appreciate that. Look at this. Look. Isn't that sweet? Makes sense. I'm living my past, constantly having a hard time closing the door, and I have complex PTSD. That's really, really good. I'm so glad that makes sense, because that was a really important message, darling. Really important message. So I hope that helped a little bit. Good. Thank you, Antoinette. That's lovely. Father wounds. That is not good. Okay. On Friday, I'm having an important meeting. Could be a life-changing one. I'm concerned about the outcome, but I'm tired and can't think of a question. Well, let's take some guidance for you then, John. Okay. Let's take some guidance for John. Okay. Well, that's quite nice, isn't it? So I asked John on your behalf, what was the guidance to you about the important meeting on Friday? And how could you get the absolute best out of the situation? How can you approach it to get the absolute best out of the situation? So you got the star, which is really lovely. I don't have to tell John what the star means because John knows what the star means. It means he's absolutely going in the right direction. Now, I don't think the outcome will be fixed on during that meeting, but I think the meeting should look really hopeful, right? And I think it's a process that will continue from that point. It doesn't say that you're there yet, but it does tell you that it's positive and it's moving in the right direction. So trust the process is what it's saying. Trust the process. Right. So because it's John's birthday, and because he's been such a supporter of the channel, I'm going to take him another card as well as to what else do they want to tell him, because I want this to go well for John. I really do. Let's have a look. So okay, so the Hierophant, John, is well, you know what the Hierophant means. It is very formal, isn't it? And so what we've got here is we've got a situation where everybody is playing to a predetermined set of rules. And what they're going to want to do is to do it in a very structured, potentially corporate, playing by the rules trajectory. So what you don't want to do is go in and play the maverick, which I'm sure you're not going to, but nevertheless, I think that's important. So this, so I asked what might be the stumbling block, right, that you're going to have to contend with, because I thought that would be quite important. And the stumbling block is the Hierophant. So what do they believe to be true, which is a bit fixed or just by the book? So you're going to have to find a way of contending with that, right? Understanding that you're in the star, so you've got a nice positive in, and you're going to have to think about how you can deal with whatever this Hierophant is talking about, because it's a little bit stodgy, isn't it, honestly? And I wonder if that is something that won't sit as well with you as perhaps a more flexible or imaginative energy might do. So it's very corporate, John. It's very by the book. All right. Yes, exactly. So we've identified the battle and the star shows hope. So that's good. So it's all good. But the battle is, if it's the Hierophant, it's not a small battle, is it? So you're going to have to work out how to circumnavigate that, or whether you even want to as well, whether or not it's too fixed for you. It doesn't say, but it is telling you the star is encouraging, though. The star is encouraging. So go in with that positivity, but you know, be aware of what you're contending with here, and you must be prepared for that and have your answers ready, because that's going to be a big deal. Okay, good, excellent. Yes, fighting for what's right. I agree, John. Your challenge might be that other people disagree with what you think is right, and that may well be part of the challenge, because the trouble is the Hierophant is all about belief systems, isn't it, as well? And what's called religious thinking, which is where people religiously think in a certain way. So your job is going to be to identify what that thinking is, and to know what battles you can win and what battles you can't. What you don't want to do is go head to head with somebody who thinks religiously in a certain way, believes that to be absolutely true. And if you go head to head with him, then you'll come off worse. You've got to get round it somehow, right? Let's have a look. Let's just see this. Hold on a second. I hope you're well. Having a really tough time with my director. It's also sisters with my deputy. I'm in the middle, feeling like I'm squeezed out. Yes, it is worth it, though. Religious thinking may help us. Yes, please God. Yes, it is worth it, John. It is worth it, but you've got to box clever here, right? You've got to box clever. You can't change the way they're thinking. What you've got to do is you've got to be a bit strategic, I think, in this instance. But yes, of course it's worth it. It's the star. It absolutely says it's worth it. Of course. So yes, good. All right. Oh, now let me see. I have a WhatsApp here that I have to just I have to give them hanged man thinking. Yes, you do, John. You do. All right. Right, so let me just do this one from Facebook. So this is not Facebook, WhatsApp. Gosh, this is okay. Now let me just see, what does she say? Okay. Oh, right. Okay. All right. Okay, Stella. Whoops. There we are. There we are. Right. Good stuff. Stella. Right. Tony hasn't called. Will he be in touch soon? Okay. Let's ask what you should prepare for regarding contact from Tony. Let's have a look. Okay. Oh, well, we've got the Queen of Swords here. I don't think you should be waiting by the phone, Stella, honestly, because Tony seems to be a little bit not exactly what you'd call interested in making you feel better, right? He's a little bit on the, should we just say, gritty side emotionally. So it's just a bit tough love, isn't it? He's just not It's not a particularly kind energy, Stella, if I'm honest. It's just a bit, I'm trying to put this in a way that isn't gonna be too brutal, but it doesn't look like he cares how you feel, honestly. And I think that you need to make sure that you have a realistic picture of what to expect from him, because he looks like he's just sort of, maybe he's just, I mean, has possibly ghosted you, darling, because this is like, I just not, he's not interested in any action which is going to be soft or kind, in fact. So the Queen of Swords is very strategic, and so he's very, very interested in what he wants, in as much as if what you want is not in alignment with that, then that's the way it is. So that's a little bit of a tough love reading, sweetie, but I do think it's better that you're realistic, because when that card comes up in answer to that question, well, it isn't an energy that I think is going to make you happy, put it like that. All right, so I suggest you turn the tables and just ghost him back. All right, lovely, lovely. Okay. All right, so let me just see. I have one more here, and then if there's any more from the house, do shout. I've got one here on. Right, let me just make sure I know who it is. Get the name right. Great. All right. Here we go. Oops. Right. Okay, good. All right, Mitchell. So Mitchell isn't here. Mitchell's going to watch later. Will my new business go well? Okay, well, let's ask. So what does Mitchell need to know about making his business the success that he wants it to be? All right. What does Mitchell need to know about making his business the success he wants it to be? Let's see. Right. So the King of Swords tells you, Mitchell, that you're going to have to be incredibly decisive and make the decisions you've got to make based on evidence, again, not emotion. So where might this, whatever decisions, whether it be products or what you're offering, or whether it be the way you're offering it, you've got to look at this incredibly, again, strategically, right? Because we're in the Suit of Swords. And the Suit of Swords is all about the suit of the mind, and it's taking us above all of that emotional noise, because the emotional noise will lead you off track. So whatever you feel, Mitchell, we're not going to intuit this. It's not what we're doing. You're not going to be successful if you let your emotions or what feels like your intuition make your decisions. It's not going to work. You've got to be very, very focused, and very focused on what you know to be true, right? Very, very important. Okay, so strategic decisions made decisively, which are based purely on logic and objectivity. Objectivity, as in not emotional, right? And some of those decisions, Mitchell, you're not going to like very much, because if it's asking you to be objective, that will mean that probably you're going to be pulled in the direction of things that you like, or things that you think because you feel are the right way to go. And what that card tells you is that that is not going to be the route to making the business the success that you actually want it to be. All right, so I hope that helps. Lovely. Let me know at some point. Great stuff. Hello, Namiria. Lovely to see you. And Andrea. What have we got here? Andrea, what do I need to know about the two men in my life? I'm an Aries dealing with a Leo and an Aries. Yes, well, that's an incendiary mix, isn't it? Eh? A lot of fire energy going on there then. A lot of egos in the mix as well, I think, with those Leos and Aries all kind of butting heads. And all right, let's see. Yes, you can, Namiria. I shall do that for you in just a second. Okay, Andrea, let's have a look. All right. Guidance to you about the two men in your life, Andrea. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? So we have a very watchful energy here. And so the Page of Swords is, he's very careful, is what he is. So I think in this instance, what this is telling you is that you need to be careful what you share. So make sure you keep hidden what you need to keep hidden. And with, I mean, you're an Aries, right? So that's okay. So you're quite impulsive, and you have a Leo and an Aries around you. So we don't know if they know each other or about each other. We don't know that. But this is basically telling us that you're going to have to be a little bit careful with who knows what, right? Because this guy's the spy. He's also a battle scout. So what he does is he has a look, and he works out where the threats are coming from. I don't know if you can hear this. My dog is in a deep sleep, and he's obviously having a very vocal dream. He's barking in his sleep, and his paws. Well, bless him. So you're going to have to be a bit careful with this, I think, Andrea, because there's also a lot of communication potentially, which feels a bit spiky, right? So this is a very incendiary mix, and this is management for you, isn't it? You're managing the situation, and I think your job is to forearm yourself. So be very strategic. Look at where the difficulties might come. You're going to have to just manage it, darling. Right? I'm not convinced, if I'm honest, that it's entirely comfortable. and I'm not convinced that it's a life choice. So I think it's for now, and that's fine. But I think you might find down the line that that probably the two of them is just a bit like hard work. Anyway, I hope that helps. It's asking you to make sure you're strategic in what you share and that you keep communication very clear and down to earth, and you don't take offense if somebody snaps, because we have a snappy energy in there somewhere, somebody who potentially might be a bit sharp with their communication. Anyway, you'll have to see how that goes. Let me have a look. The passporting about the areas I just started to see. Yeah, you're going to have to juggle. You're going to have to be quite careful with those two energies, because they could get out of control, couldn't they? Anyway, I hope that helps a bit, right? Just be careful with them and make sure that you foresee where the risk might be between them. I'm not sure either one is ideal, if I'm honest, sweetie. But it's investigation. That's what you've got to do. You've got to investigate. Okay. Okay, Namira, lovely to see you. You can have a guidance card. You absolutely can. Let's take a guidance card from your higher self, shall we? And let's see what she has to say. And let's see what she wants you to know. Knight of Wands, the fire energy card. We're in the flames tonight, aren't we? So the Knight of Wands is asking you to make sure that what you do is sustainable, right? And to make sure that you're not getting swept up in passion with things, which then sort of just burns out a bit and just leaves you feeling a bit flat. So it's important to have that push of energy. That's a good thing, a good push of energy, but it's got to be sustainable. And what the guidance is that's the bit you need to be aware of. So we want you to tune in to what you're passionate about, but we don't want it just to be completely passion led. You need to make sure that your why is in place, because if you don't know why you're doing something then properly, then that's why it's going to run out of steam, or you're going to run out of steam. So your higher self wants you to have a little look at your motivation and what you're putting your effort into, what you're putting your passion into, and make sure you're giving it enough of a kick, but that you can keep going with it, right? For the right reasons as well. Right? I hope that's helpful. Do you know what that's referring to? It's quite interesting, that that guidance. I hope it makes sense to you, darling. You have to let me know. Okay, that's all right. Okay, all right, everybody. Well, look, I think we've sort of reached a bit of a point tonight. We're not going to go 2.5 hours like we did the other night. Good, Namira. I'm glad that resonated with you. So I think I'm gonna go and have a little glass of hot milk. Anyone that's in London on the 14th, if you'd like to come along to the little London book launch party, I was gonna have the party up at the Atlantis bookshop, but I decided not to do that because it's just so hard to get to, and it's a pain. So we're going to have it in Twickenham because it's just easier. So if you want to come along, it's on the 14th. It'll be lovely to see whoever can get there. Thank you, John, once again, and happy birthday and good luck for Friday. And lovely to see everybody, and I will see you next week. Right, bye-bye for now. And don't forget, we've got the monthly video for December up on the channel. Go check that out, and that will give you guidance for the rest of December. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. There is an amazing book you could get them, John. What could that be? Oh, I know. Good stuff. Anybody wants to buy the book, they can get it from Amazon, or they can get it from my website, which is I shall put it up, because there we go. You can get it from here. Oh, if I could type, it would help, wouldn't it? Janice King. Okay. Here we go. There we go. You can get it from there. So that's a much simpler link, or you can go and search on Amazon and you can find it there too. Lovely to see you all. I will see you all next week. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend. All right. Bye for now. Bye-bye.